Hello, happy Christmas Eve 2012. Woody Klaus here, back in my little home office, which has been the place to be over the course of these holiday seasons. But the message tonight is gratitude and graciousness and gratefulness, so really having an attitude of gratitude. And here's why I have so much, is on the 19th of October, 1965, in East Africa, in the backwoods of Asmara, Eritrea, there was an enormous amount of guerrilla warfare going on between Ethiopians and Eritreans. Eritreans were trying to win their independence back after Ethiopia had occupied the country. And during this particular time, there was this war going on, and during every full moon, there was a ceasefire. And on the 19th of October, there was a full moon. So that allowed my mom to go to the hospital, for the most part worry-free. And on this evening, they would, when I say they, the various tribes would play drums to communicate back and forth to one another. So my mom was able to ride in a horse and buggy, listening to the drum beats of these various tribes, and allow her to help with her labor pains. And lo and behold, here I am born. So I'm very grateful for the full moon. And then when we stayed there for a little bit, I got pretty sick. And my parents took me back to the United States. We came back to Santa Cruz, California, where I was able to get clean water and get more bland foods and get the foods and the water that I needed to be a healthy, living, viable person in America. And that's no small thing. It's huge. It's huge for anybody that has all of the little things that they need to prosper and to thrive. So the water, the warmth, but also the love and the care from your family. Those are things that we just don't want to take for granted, and we don't want to assume that they're just always going to be there, because it can be taken away at a moment's notice. And the more grateful we are, and the more we have an attitude of gratitude, the far less probable we are of having a right of entitlement and having a disposition that is one that we think the world owes us something, because it doesn't. This world does not owe anybody anything, and it's up to us to give back. And that's what I'm hoping I'm doing with you, is I'm hoping that you know that every time I wake up, I'm grateful for the warm bed that I get out of, and I'm grateful for the water. I'm grateful for all these little things, and I want you to be as well, because there's a lot of power that exists right there, and it keeps us working really hard, and it keeps us humble. And more importantly, it gives us great perspective. We talked about that the other night. And one of the things that I think is just as vital is understanding the importance of being grateful for all of the unfortunate things that happen to us as well. I'm very, very grateful for many of my losses, because I know that those made me a lot better. I woke up the next day, and I wake up every day that I'm trying to prepare for an event, and I get right back into that mindset of what that felt like, and it is a huge motivator. I'm very grateful for many of the failures that I've had that have been a huge catalyst for me to improve and for me to keep working towards something better. And I think that that's just key. This past year has been a tough one, and 2013 is going to be an incredible year for all of us. For me, I lost very dear childhood friends. Arthur Deans is a beautiful soul who was just an amazing friend and just a really talented guy on many levels. And he passed, and so did my high school girlfriend, who was just a sweet, sweet gal. And she had a beautiful family, and she was a wonderful mother. And just recently, I lost my uncle, who lived a very full life and just a great guy, just big mammoth of a man, and he'd shake hands with you and he'd be holding on to your elbow because his hands were so darn big. But just a really sweet, great guy. And those losses are tough, but as much as it saddens me to see them go, I'm grateful for knowing them, and I'm grateful for allowing their presence to influence me in a positive way. So be thankful for all of those things, especially the things that truly matter in this world, especially the things that money simply can't buy, because that's a never-ending race that you're always going to lose. Is your car big enough, or fast enough, or is your clothes hip enough, and all that crap just really doesn't matter. It's who you are as a person and how you conduct yourself And the more you're grateful for all the little things, the more your true self will shine through. And that's something I truly aspire. I hope that comes through for me anyway, and I know that I admire it throughout the people that I meet that are very close to me, that are inspiring to me. Is one of the consistent attributes they all have is humility, and that stems from being grateful. So be grateful this holiday season, and appreciate all the things that make up where you got to where you are, and where they're going to get to allow you to be where you want to be. So it's very important that we all do that. So big kumbaya hug to all, and I hope we have a wonderful Christmas Eve, and give your family members a hug, and give your loved ones a call, and tell them all that you love them and that you care about them and you appreciate them, and you love their differences and their challenges just as much as you love their blessings. So have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.